Welcome to UINDY TV. I'm Samuel Gailey.
And I'm Kendall Pearson. A Texas cop fired several shots at a teenager while in the McDonald's parking lot eating a hamburger. Mike Valerio with the story.
Get out of the car. Shots fired! Shots fired!
The tense moments in a McDonald's parking lot that led to a teen fighting for his life and brought charges against a now former San Antonio police officer captured on police body cam.
The video was horrific. There's no question in anybody's mind looking at that video that the shooting is not justified.
San Antonio's police chief says 17-year-old Eric Cantu wasn't a threat when he was eating in his car last week. Former officer James Brennan reported he thought that same car had evaded police the night before.
We have a policy that prohibits officers from shooting at vehicles, moving vehicles, except if their life or someone else's life is in immediate danger.
Former officer Brennan is now facing first-degree felony charges, 2 counts of aggravated assault by a public servant.
This was a failure for one individual police officer. It had nothing to do with our policies. Policies did not allow that. Our training does not teach that.
A statement from Cantu's family reads, Eric is still on life support and is non-responsive, but his oxygen levels are showing an improvement. We are being patient and optimistic that better health is coming. Please continue to keep Eric in your thoughts and prayers. I'm Mike Valerio reporting.
Sources say the cop is now out on a $100,000 bond while the teen remains in the hospital on life support.
Twitter has locked Kanye West's account after an anti-Semitic tweet posted by the rapper Saturday. In the tweet, which has now been removed, West said he's going to, quote, DEFCON 3 on Jewish people. Twitter locked the rapper's account for violating its policies on hate speech. On Friday, West's Instagram account was also restricted for policy violations. The Anti-Defamation League has also called Kanye West's social media remarks dangerous. It's not known how long the rapper's accounts will be suspended for.
The mayor of Fort Wayne apologizes for driving while intoxicated. Taylor Brummett has more on his arrest.
First thing I would like to say is I shouldn't have to be here.
Fort Wayne Mayor Tom Henry addressing his Saturday night arrest.
Today I am here for a single purpose, and that is to express my heartfelt and sincere apology to all the citizens of our city.
The mayor booked into the Allen County Jail. We have confirmed Henry was involved in a car crash on Old Mill Road just before 10:30 Saturday night. We also obtained documentation concerning the details of the mayor's arrest.
I'm certainly relieved that no one was hurt in the incident. And I want to praise the men and the women of the Fort Wayne Police Department who handled the situation with professionalism, and they followed all the correct policies, procedures, and protocols.
That documentation shows that the mayor faces 3 counts of operating while intoxicated, and the document states the mayor's blood alcohol content registered at 0.152%. Indiana's blood alcohol limit is 0.08.
I respect our legal process, and I will adhere to decisions made by our court, and I will accept those consequences.
Mayor Henry is serving in his 4th term as mayor. He announced this summer he would be running for a 5th term. As far as what's next, we'll have to wait and see.
Mayor Henry, what does this mean for your political future?
I'm not going to take any questions.
Thankfully, no one was hurt in the accident, but we will keep you updated on his sentencing and how it will impact his 5th term race. Thank you for tuning in on UINDY TV. Stay with us as we take a quick break.
Question: what will you find on all over-the-counter or OTC medicine packages to help you choose the right drug and use it safely? The answer: the drug facts label. This label lists the medicine's active ingredients and purpose, how much to take, and warnings you should know before using it. Remember, even OTC medicines you buy without a prescription can cause side effects you don't want. So follow the information listed on the drug facts label. For more information, visit fda.gov/drug facts label. A message from the U.S. Food and Drug Administration.
Trisha's having a sleepover tonight. Can I go?
I wonder about Lucy's friends. What should I say? I know you're only 10, but one of these days a friend will offer you a drink, And alcohol at your age can lead to so many things. None of them good.
So can I go to the sleepover?
Lucy, I want you to promise me
I
something.
finished my homework.
Bigger promise. If there's any drinking, I want you to say, "No thanks, not my thing."
Mom.
I promise you, your real friends won't care. Deal?
Sure.
Really?
I promise, Mom.
They really do hear you.
Did you pack your toothbrush?
For tips on how to start the talk, visit underagedrinking.samhsa.gov. A public service message from the Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services Administration.
Both my legs were amputated due to an IED. It's when you start to try to get back into like an everyday life. I absolutely felt like I lost some of my purpose. There must be something more. When DAV came into my life, they gave me a new mission. I could still be a productive member of society, could still support a family.
The DAV gave him that sense of structure and purpose again to get his life back together.
Visit DAV.org to learn more about our mission.
A 62-year-old resident from Florida named David Towner appeared in court at Volusia County Jail on a charge of child neglect. Police say this man left his granddaughter in the backseat of a returned rental car. Workers at the car rental found the child after the mother called. Her daughter was found in the car by the rental company. On her way back to the airport, the mother made the 911 call explaining the situation, though had already been reported by the police. Police say that the child was in the car for 45 minutes in 80-degree weather. Thankfully, the toddler was found breathing normally and she had no injuries.
A disturbing discovery was made by a woman in Alabama named Rebecca McManus. During an online auction, she bought the contents of a storage rental unit and was given a second one when the higher bidder didn't show. It wasn't until she got the boxes home that she made the disturbing discovery of human remains and a fetus in a jar.
Rebecca McManus still has 5 boxes she says contain cremated remains. She hopes to connect with families of the deceased to get the ashes back in the hands of loved ones. She had already purchased one storage unit in Mobile when she was given a second one when the higher bidder didn't show. That's where the remains were found. Finding the ashes was disturbing enough. Then she opened another box.
I found a fetus in a jar. The jar was supposed to be, it wasn't a specimen jar or anything. It was supposed to be for sutures, for an autopsy, I suppose. I'm not sure what happened with that or where they were going with it and why he was in there, but yeah, I thought it was a heart when I lifted it up initially, and it was not a heart, and I freaked out a little.
McManus says she contacted the Mobile County Sheriff's Office initially, who directed her to call Robertsdale Police to take possession of the fetus.
It was definitely not something we expected to deal with, or yeah, it was hard to believe what we were being told, and then obviously later what we saw.
Robertsdale Police opened an investigation, as they would with the discovery of any deceased person, with the hopes of ruling out foul play or any criminal element. The remains have been taken to the Alabama Department of Forensic Sciences in Mobile. Meanwhile, McManus has taken on the task of tracking down several families, 13 in all. The cremated remains are labeled by various third-party crematories, giving her some direction.
The first couple of families that I reached out to, it was miscommunication. Somebody thought somebody else picked them up, and they never did. So they were very happy to get them back and have them in their hands. The others were really surprised because they were not expecting that phone call at all.
McManus explained in her interview that the unit used to be owned by a funeral service that is no longer in business.
And the race for the president of Brazil continues. This may be the most polarizing election yet, with the 2 most hated presidents in Brazilian history. A presidential poll shows that 55% of Brazilians would vote for the center-left candidate Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva, which is the same president that went to prison a few years ago, while the other 45% would vote for the far-right incumbent Jair Bolsonaro, which is the current sitting president. The research company pollstered EPEC interviewed and surveyed 2,000 people between October 8th and the 10th across 130 cities to acclimate these results. Because no candidate reached the majority of the first round, the race will go to the second round on October 30th. Stay with us after the break. After the break, while we go to Graham Shear with the latest in entertainment news.
Sorry, but before we start, you should know our terms and conditions.
I'm kind of in a rush.
You understand that by using the service, you may be exposed to content that is potentially dangerous, offensive, harmful to minors, unsafe, or otherwise objectionable, and you're using the service at your own risk.
What?
Let's go.
Ride-hail companies typically claim they aren't liable for their drivers. So read the fine print. Always ride responsibly.
Just one more rinse and you are all done. I wonder who that could be. I'll be right back, sweetie.
Children can drown quickly and silently. About 2/3 of in-home drownings occur in the bathtub.
Oh no! Call 911!
Turning your back for a moment could mean missing out on a lifetime of moments. It only takes a few seconds for a child to drown. Never leave young children alone in the bathtub or around a container of water. Visit cpsc.gov to learn how to prevent in-home drowning.
In 4 out of 5 school shootings, the attacker tells someone about it first. Call 1-866-SPEAK-UP to anonymously report a weapon threat at school.
Welcome back to UINDY TV. We are now joined by our very own entertainment anchor, Graham Shear. How you doing, Graham?
Yeah, guys, we're now less than 24 hours away from the theatrical and Peacock release of David Gordon Green's Halloween Ends, which is promising to be the last stand of Laurie Strode. Ahead of the film releasing on October 14th, brand new images have arrived this week, along with a new featurette video that puts the spotlight on returning star Jamie Lee Curtis. Take a look.
It feels complete. I feel very proud of the work that David Gordon Green has done with this trilogy. I like that they are Trojan horses of social issues and us as a society, and not just Michael Myers with a knife, and that audiences want that. They don't just want it unconnected to, in fact, who we are as people. I'm incredibly proud of the 1978 movie, which stands up all these years later as a masterpiece. And I'm excited for my future. You know, it's an end, but it's really a very big beginning for me.
While Halloween Ends surely won't be the last film in the Halloween franchise, it very likely will be the last one that Jamie Lee Curtis appears in. Khloe Kardashian is detailing a recent skin cancer scare on social media. In a series of posts on her Instagram stories, she shares photos of her face with bandages, revealing that she recently had a tumor removed. Kardashian, who is also the founder of the clothing company Good American, said she initially saw a small bump on her face, and the 38-year-old said she had 2 biopsies from separate doctors who both thought the bump was incredibly rare for someone her age. She also shared how she previously had a cancerous mole removed when she was just 19 years old. At the end of the series, she thanked her doctors for catching it early, going on to say her situation is another reminder to get frequent checkups. The newest technology designed by U-Boat Works, Cole Higgins tells you the latest on a transforming submersible superyacht.
About 25 million euros. That's the starting price of the latest concept from submarine builder U-Boat Works, a transforming submersible yacht. Yep, you heard that right. The Nautilus gives the wildly wealthy the best of both worlds, or just something else to brag about. A luxury super yacht that can also dive to depths of 650 feet and stay underwater for days at a time. An added bonus, if the sea becomes too rough, according to U-Boat's founder, you simply dive and continue your journey comfortably. So no seasickness here.
All three of us. I don't know about you guys, but I need to get one of those because it looks so cool.
You definitely do, and you can take us all on a trip.
Definitely.
Where are we going? Well, guys, we're going to take a short break here, and we'll bring it back to you guys in a second.
Meet Blue. Blue's not feeling well. The prescription? Generic medication. Blue wonders, do they really work as well as name brands? Yes, generics and name brand medications do work the same. Even though they may look different, generics have the same key ingredients. FDA approval is equally rigorous for generics to make sure they're as safe and effective as name brands. And Blue even saves some green, making him a little less, well, blue. Talk to your doctor about generics and visit fda.gov/generic drugs.
Most of us like to be out in the sun. That's why sunscreen and other safety measures are key to protecting your skin from aging and cancer. The FDA recommends using a sunscreen with a sun protection factor, or SPF, of 15 or higher. Also, look for broad spectrum on the label. That means both harmful ultraviolet A and B rays are blocked. UVA rays age the skin, UVB rays burn, and both cause cancer. But the perfect sunscreen doesn't count if you use it wrong. Don't need sunscreen on a cloudy day? Wrong. 80% of UV rays still get through the haze. Only use sunscreen at the beach? Nope. Anytime you're outside, UV rays attack the skin, so you need protection. And you have to reapply sunscreen every 2 hours. Remember, SPF plus broad spectrum equal healthy fun in the sun. Visit www.fda.gov/sunscreen for more information. A message from the U.S. Food and Drug Administration.
National Prevention Week is a celebration of all the things that happen all year long.
Prevention is at the core. It's mental health, physical health.
Some of our National Prevention Week activities have been focusing on the illegal drugs, illegal use of opioids.
Drugs, alcohol, mental health, suicide, underage drinking, tobacco use. Prevention is about saving lives.
This is where it happens.
This is Prevention at Work.
October is spooky season, and then this dog certainly got the memo. A dog named Maverick went completely still when he saw some black cat decorations in his front yard. Let's take a look at the Spellbound Lab. CNN Jen Moons has a story.
This may look like a decorative dog standing amid 5 Halloween decoration cats. But the dog is real, a lab by the name of Maverick.
He was just like frozen. I mean, it's like somebody just like froze him in place.
Maverick's owner, Adam Flores, says it was the first time the dog saw the cats. He stopped in his tracks in their South Texas front yard as Adam, his wife, and even his 5-year-old daughter cracked up.
Maverick.
He looks like you paused him, commented one TikToker, joked another, I think your dog is broken. To do a hard reset, refer to owner's manual.
Hey, come on. Mav.
It was as if Maverick was trapped in that old Gloria Gaynor song. And only after more than a minute of paralysis did Adam manage to break the spell.
Hey, it's okay, dude.
His catatonic tail woke up first. Someone pointed out Lab thinks he's a pointer. So we showed the video to Justin McGill, who breeds pointing labs at Hunters Point Kennel in Iowa.
Was Maverick pointing or was he petrified?
Oh, no, hell, he was pointing. He wasn't scared. His body language, his tail was medium. He wasn't tucked between his legs. He didn't have any control over that. That's just total instinct. He walked out the door, saw that, and locked up.
Unlike an English pointer, labs are not known as pretty pointers when they spot prey.
Oh, yeah, it's ugly as hell.
Nevertheless,
what do you say to people that say labs don't point?
Bullshit. Come up and see my kennel.
the point is, don't call Maverick a scaredy cat. Ginimos, CNN.
It's okay, dude.
New York.
Come on.
In case you're wondering, Maverick has seen a cat before. He actually lives with one. Who would have thought?
A fiery bus crash early this morning in Milwaukee leaves 2 dead and 6 injured. The passengers in the vehicle were replacement workers on their way to New Holland Industrial's Mount Pleasant factory at the intersection of Durand Avenue and Oaks Road, where the local unionized employees have been on strike since May 2nd. Dozens of passenger vans have been arriving and leaving the factory daily for most of 5 months of the strike. So far, negotiations have remained stalled between Case New Holland and United Auto Workers. The crash happened about 5:15 in the morning on Mitchell Exchange ramp from the eastbound lanes of Interstate 894 to the northbound I-43 and westbound I-94 lanes. The vehicle became fully engulfed in flames. The Milwaukee County Sheriff's Office. There is no update on the 6 who have been hospitalized.
Police squad car takedown landed a Missouri woman in a psychiatric hospital. Melanie Johnson with more.
Hey, listen, you're not in trouble, okay? So just relax.
7 seconds is all it took for a mental health substance abuse call to turn into a woman stealing an officer's patrol car. North County Police Cooperative body cameras captured the vehicle going into reverse. You can see both officers running to stop it.
She got up in the mix of them talking to each other and ran off like she was going to run up the street, and she just busted a U-turn and hopped in the car.
The car's back end eventually smashes into another tree.
That was most definitely a good thing to see that they actually took their time with her, because it could have went a whole different way.
Sherelle Houston also recorded this cell phone video in front of her home at K Park Drive Sunday.
Oh, she trying to take out. She finna take out.
We were very glad that that tree was there, because if not, wouldn't nothing been able to stop it.
Watch closely as the woman falls out of the vehicle and onto the street while the car is still moving. She is safely placed in handcuffs and put into the back of a separate squad car.
Hop in the car.
When our officers were there, they certainly kept the situation very calm, very low key, and they were trying to get this young lady some help.
Now Mayor James McGee wants to use this body cam video as proof the department needs funding for a 24/7 mental health crisis team to accompany officers.
We want to take this video on the road, especially up there to Jeff City. They expect our police to wear too many hats.
And they're passionate about making things work in the community, and that's what's saving us.
They're putting our officer life in danger. Not only that, the community in danger.
Thankfully, no one was severely hurt, an ending to a wild ride where mental illness is at the center of the crime.
I'm sorry they lost their squad car though, but I'm glad everybody walked away peacefully.
Fortunately, no one was seriously injured during this altercation, and the woman is still being evaluated. Stick with us here on UINDY TV. Coming up next, we have a cute story about a bear who went fishing. We'll be back right after this break.
Do you know what to do if you're stuck on the railroad crossing? Get out of your vehicle. If a train is not approaching, find the blue and white emergency notification system sign on the traffic signs at the crossing. For help, call the number on the sign and give them the crossing number so they know your location and can alert train traffic. Remember, find the blue and white to save your life.
Imagine straightforward, reliable facts about any state or national politician on any issue of concern to you. Votesmart.org. It is perhaps the most hopeful reality in politics today. Hundreds of conservatives and liberals putting their differences aside and joining together to protect the most essential component of our democracy, a citizen's right to the truth about the people they elected or those seeking to replace them. It's what U.S. News and World Report said would make the founders weep with joy. Thousands of hours of detailed research, all so that you can finally, simply, and instantly get the facts. Want more? Simply track any politician of interest to you with My Vote Smart. Every time that politician makes a public statement, votes, or receives a new rating on an issue, you will get a daily email update. Votesmart.org, because facts matter.
I drive 65,000 miles each year in my bus. If people knew what I know, lives could be saved. You don't want to be in the blind spot of a 40,000-pound bus when I have less than a second to react. I do what I can by changing lanes and taking turns slowly. It really helps when people look out for me too. Give me room to operate safely. It's our roads, it's our safety.
A winner has been crowned in this year's Fat Bear Week contest in Alaska's Catamount Natural Park and Preserve. The 2022 champion, a bear known by the number 747, marking his second victory in 3 years. The contest is a week-long celebrating of bears gorging themselves on salmon as they preserve in the preparation of winter hibernation. Fans watch and vote based on initial results. There were more than 900,000 votes this year. 747 defeated bear number 901 in the finals. 747, who weighs up to 1,400 pounds, is the biggest bear known to catch salmon at the Brooks River.
I don't know, Kendall, about you, but I didn't know there was a way to catch salmon other than with a fishing pole.
That's what I thought, and honestly, I have to be honest with you, I do not really like fish. Like raw fish, sushi, all that,
I'm
not
a
a
big,
fan.
I'm a big sushi fan, but I mean, like salmon and stuff, I'm just not a big fan of.
Spicy California rolls.
Yes, I agree with that. Guys, we have Graham Shear here with us with another event on campus.
Yeah, guys, we have celebration of the flags tomorrow afternoon, 2 o'clock, right outside Esch Hall in Smith Mall, the grass area, for celebration of the flags. It's held here every year. It's an annual event, and foreign students that go to the University of Indianapolis carry around their flags and show off their countries. What do you guys think about that?
Do you know what countries are going to be there exactly? Like, is it going to be multiple different countries, or is it just
several different countries?
Okay.
Several different countries.
That'll be fun. I'll definitely be attending. Are you going to be there?
Yes, I definitely will as well. Looking for some key flags here.
Yeah, I know I couldn't go last year, but I'll be there this year.
I know. I'm looking for my Mexico and my Korean flag. I know that's for sure. Graham, what flags are you going to be looking for? I'm going to be looking for Brazilian flags and then also probably Argentinian flags. I'm a big fan of Argentina. Argentina. Yeah. Oh, so you're a big fan of Lionel Messi and stuff. Oh, yeah, of course. Oh, that makes sense now. That makes sense now. Yeah.
Do you know any other events coming up this week, Graham?
Other than our football game, which is also on Saturday. Our football team is traveling to Saginaw Valley State to take on Saginaw Valley State up in the northern parts of Michigan. It'll be pretty interesting to see our football team try and stay undefeated. They're 6-0 and they're trying to go to 7-0, so it'll be a very, very interesting turn of events this weekend.
Yeah, we definitely have an pretty explosive team, I would say. I mean, our running back. There's also 2 soccer games actually. Friday night, the men's and women's team play.
Yeah, I heard about that.
One at 5 and the other one at 2:30, so I'm definitely looking up to a good Division II matchup.
Well, thank you for joining in on UINDY TV. I'm Kendall Pearson.
I'm Samuel Gailey.
I'm Graham Shear.